is the Coleman Aristocracy. Watch this video, man. Watch this live stream, man. All right, guys. I want to give you guys the brief synopsis based on worldly chosen ones and godly chosen ones. You know, a lot of people, how to tell the difference. A lot of people, they're being deceived by worldly chosen ones. Just because a person blew up online, or just because a person has a lot of money, that doesn't mean that they're godly chosen ones. You know what I'm saying? The Bible states verbatim, you'll know a tree by the fruit that it bears, right? So you'll know the difference between the godly chosen ones and the worldly chosen ones based off of their actions, based off of what they do, not based off of just what they say, based off of what they do, guys. And you can feel the presence of God when you are in certain people. You can feel that presence of God. You know, you can feel something different, something genuine, something, some sort of righteousness in someone based off of, their actions, right? The Bible says you'll know a tree by the fruit that it bears. So that's just the truth. You know, when it comes down to the worldly chosen ones, a lot of worldly chosen ones, they're trying to satisfy the world. You know, they're being deceived by the devil. You know, the Bible talks about how the devil is the prince of the world. You know what I'm saying? He the god of the world, and it's a lot of carnal chosen ones, worldly chosen ones, like a lot of these celebrities. A lot of people are looking up to these celebrities, and a lot of these celebrities, they're not godly chosen ones. Especially like these rappers, guys. These rappers, they're not godly chosen ones. You know, they promoting delete other people's life. You know what I'm saying? Rob people, scam. Just do so much. Tricking and and a lot of these other rappers. Female rappers. They're talking about how they selling their bodies to men, manipulate him, get BBLs and all this type of stuff. All that's worldly chosen ones. Yeah, they blew up online, but they blew up from a worldly perspective. You know what I'm saying? They blew up in a worldly way. You know what I'm saying? They love by the world. Godly chosen ones. A lot of us, they're not gonna like us. You know what I'm saying? Because we're set apart, right? A lot of these people, a lot of y'all don't know the difference between the worldly chosen ones and the godly chosen ones. Most people out here, they're not godly chosen ones. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be careful about who you being influenced by, who you watching. What videos you watching on social media. All right, because a lot of these people out here, bro, they're trying to deceive you, right? A lot of people, they want you to smoke, drink. They want you to, do anything for fame, do stuff outside your morals, sell your soul through your signature, all this type of stuff, promoting, the devil and all this stuff. That's not godly chosen ones. Just because a person got a lot of materials, that doesn't mean that they're chosen by God. The devil can bless you with materials, right? The devil, he'll give you everything that you want. But he'll give you everything that you want. So what you want, once you gain that, it slowly it destroys you, right? But when God gives you something, He's gonna make sure that it's helping other people. You spread it so it can help other people, right? That's the difference, guys. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these, like I said, a lot of these celebrities, they're not godly chosen ones. And a lot of you guys are keep looking up to these celebrities. Yeah, they might have good music to you, but a lot of this music I heard that's playing, secular music I heard that's playing, it's not godly music. It's the devil's music, right? So when you're looking up to these celebrities, it's like, what is they talking about? Is they talking about God? Is there showing a good example, right? You know what I'm saying? What is they doing? Is they smoking and drinking? Why are most Christians not well off? The reason why a lot of most Christians are not well off because, and I'm not trying to be funny, but a lot of Christians are predominantly, black. And I'm not saying all Christians are not black, of course. I'm gonna just say anybody can be a Christian, but a lot of Christians are not well off because, it's certain scriptures in the Bible. It put fear in a lot of Christians, and it manipulate a lot of Christians. Like a rich man. It's harder for a rich man to get into heaven than a camel to get through an eye through a needle, right? That scares a lot of Christians. So they don't go above and beyond. You know, a lot of people, it's just people in general. A lot of people, they're not well off. A lot of people ain't well off. The majority of society, not just Christians, the majority of the society is not well off. You know, you just got to think about it like that. Not just Christians. It's not about because you like just because a person got a relationship with God, that doesn't mean that they're gonna be rich. That doesn't mean that. And people think that. See, a lot of people are worshiping money. See, you know, these chosen ones out here that's chosen by the world, they're worshiping money. They worshiping the materialistic realm, right? You know, but the reason why a lot of Christians, to answer that question, is not well off because they don't want to put in the extra work. A lot of Christians they go to church and they work regular jobs. A lot of Christians do that. You know, you know a lot of Christians they believe that they believe they rather have they heaven they rather have they heaven in heaven, right? Then a lot of Christians are manipulated to be deceived by they want to die before they can have many mansions in heaven and all this type of stuff. Like you can have many mansions down here. A lot of Christians they don't want to just put in you got to put in the work. A lot of Christians they don't like to put in the extra work. It is the truth. This is why a lot of Christians are not they're not well off. They don't want to put in the work. A lot of people in general don't want to put in the work. Just think about it, bro. Majority of people in general don't want to put in the work. You know, but the increase of you know, and I'm not saying all black people are Christians, but predominantly black people are Christians. A lot of black people are more I'm gonna say more black people are getting rich. I think it's like 200. I think 200. I think it went up. Black people getting rich like 200 people. 200 people went up last year or this year. 200 more people. Black people getting rich. I think this year or last year, something like that. Something like that. I got to look it up. Hold on. It increased though. Hold on. Yeah, it increased. It increased by between 2019 and 2022. Medium wealth increased by 51,000. You know, I'm trying to figure out what you got to look it up. But it's more people are getting rich, are putting in the work. But this is why a lot of Christians are not well off because they don't want to put in the work. You know, and I'm not saying all of them are like this. But a lot of them are like this. Like you got to really go above and beyond to be well. Like you got to really go hard to be well off. You know, a lot of people. This is why most people don't. Most people like give up on getting rich because of all the energy that you have to put out. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you know me. You know I love what I'm doing, and it's just you know God. You know I just do what I do. I just as long as I'm loving what I'm doing, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? You know eventually. You know, I'll get to where I need to be eventually. You know what I'm saying? Based off of God's will. But yeah, but when it comes down to like guys, when it comes down to chosen ones that's chosen by the world and chosen ones that's chosen by God. See, godly chosen ones, guys, they're not worshiping money. You know, excuse me. But but it is putting in the work to increase their finance. At what age do you think regular people get their blessings after working hard for years? Well, you get your blessing based off of the work you put in. Whatever field that you put in, whatever you go toward, whatever you're working towards. It's no age. God bless people at different ages, but you have to just put in the work. You got to work towards something that's going to make money. That's just the truth. Now, a lot of people don't want to hear it. You got to work towards something that does actually makes money. If you're not working towards nothing that don't make money, you're not going to receive that blessing. Now, could you receive a blessing in many different ways? You can receive a blessing in many different ways. Good health, right? God saved your life. That's a blessing. More knowledge, more wisdom. That's a blessing, right? Seeing another day. That's a blessing. God bless you. God blessing people every single day, bro. If you see another day, God blessing you. You're getting blessed, bro. You are blessed. To be able to breathe for another day, you know, to have breath in your lungs, bro, you are blessed. You are already blessed. You blessed without materialism. You're blessed. by being on this earth. You're blessed, bro. You know, a lot of people, they just look at it from a material standpoint. So you never feel like you should be somewhere where you aren't. Yeah, everybody does. That's everybody does when they work hard. Yeah. But based off a decision that I'm making, am I really supposed to be where I'm supposed to be at? Or am I making poor decisions? Or am I not being patient? A lot of people want stuff when they want it. That's just not how blessings don't always come when you want it. Blessings come when God wanted it to come. When the alignment of God and the universe allow it to come in your life. That's when blessings come. And faith without works is there. You got to put it into work, man. You got to go out to something that's making money. That's just the truth. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Why do you think so many people going up online and going online and all this type of stuff? It makes money, and also too, they can help people out. Right? You could change people's life online. So yeah, man, you gotta do stuff that makes money. Right? And it takes time. Everybody's success don't take off when they want to take off. It just don't happen like that. All right, guys. So yeah, guys, when it comes down to the back to what I was saying, when it comes down to the godly chosen ones, they're not propagating smoking, drinking, being a trick, selling their body, you know what I'm saying, running the streets. Godly chosen ones, we don't promote that. But within this secular music that y'all listening to, this is what they're promoting. They're promoting run the streets. They're promoting be a gangster. They're promoting women rappers promoting sell their body, right? You know, and a lot of you people are looking up to these people. And they don't have God. You can tell that about how they speak and what they do. You know, it'd be all over the media of what they be doing and what they say. Like God is not truly in them. You know what I'm saying? You need to be following God's chosen ones, right? A person that's talking about God, right? And like I said, people, you know, they say what they want. You know what I'm saying? Online, people say what they want online, but your actions is gonna tell whether the person's actually gonna tell whether they have God in their life or not. You know what I'm saying? So guys, man, you guys gotta be careful about who are you watching. You know, what is they promoting? You know what I'm saying? Is they promoting anything that got to do with God? Or are they promoting stuff that got to do with you know, bringing your frequency down, deteriorating your relationship with God? What is they promoting, guys? You know, this is just how it is. Any more questions, KR? You know, I say I'm ready for the questions, guys. I don't just have to just sit up here and watch me. You know, I'm ready for questions. You know what I'm saying? KR, he got hit, though. He hit me with 2 good questions so far. Let's keep it going. But like I said, man, worldly chosen ones, bro, they gonna have you in a world full of trouble. That's what they gonna have you at. They gonna have you in a world full of trouble. Because a lot of worldly chosen ones, they've been influenced by the devil, man. They've been influenced by demons. You know, but godly chosen ones, they've been influenced by the Most High. Because they got a relationship with the Most High. Right? And they're allowing God's Spirit to work His energy in their life. All right, guys? But man, like, it just, a lot of people, they don't know the difference. A lot of people talking about they chosen because it sound good. Everybody say they chosen, bro. Yeah, I know it sounds really great to hear you're chosen. But do you got God in your life? Like, what is your actions? What are you promoting? Are you promoting positivity or are you promoting negativity? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta watch you gotta watch out who you looking at, who you listening to. It's just the truth, man. I know a lot of y'all, like I said, man, a lot of people, they're of the world. You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with the godly chosen ones, they of the world. I mean, excuse me, godly chosen ones, they're in the world, but they're not of the world, right? We are set apart from the worldly influences of the world, because we know for a fact that the devil is influencing the world, right? You know what I'm saying? The devil is influencing people of this world every single day. When you experience being chosen, you wish you never were. Will the abuse ever stop? When you experience being chosen, do you wish you never were? Nah, I don't wish I never was being chosen by God. No, Because the Bible said, God said he'll put no more on to me than what I can bear. So no, I don't regret being chosen by God. I'd rather be chosen by God than the devil. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be chosen by God than the devil. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the chosen one that's of the world. You know what I'm saying? It's too many of them, and they're leading people astray. They're leading people away from God's salvation. They're leading people away from God. God leading people, right? So many people have been led by the devil. So many people. A lot of people, like I said, man, they don't want nothing to do with God. But you know why? Because, you got to really hold yourself accountable for your actions. You really got to hold yourself accountable for your emotional control. A lot of people, they don't want no emotional control. They don't want no accountability, right? They don't want to grow spiritually, right? They don't want to do what's right. But do you get tired of, like, the stalking and stuff, strangers' behavior? No, I'm used to it. I'm one of God's strongest soldiers, right? I'm used to it. You know what I'm saying? Bring on all comers. I don't care who stare at me. I don't care who stalk me. Because I already know the Bible tells me that the wicked watch the righteous. So if the Bible tells me the wicked watch the righteous, I already know I'm going to be watched. I ain't got nothing to worry about. My mind is on God. I meditate on God daily. So I don't even see, that don't even affect me. Somebody stalking me, watching me, strange behavior. That don't even affect me, right? Because my electromagnetic frequency, I'm being a personification of God, right? So I got God frequency. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not allowing that to affect me, because I already know. God already warned me. He already warned me in the Word that this is gonna happen. So I'm already been warned, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm numb to it. It's like I already know what's going on. When people are watching me, when people are talking about me, trying to castigate me, trying to bring me down, scandalizing my name, talking behind my back, that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you're a godly chosen one, that's supposed to happen. That means you're doing something right. But when the people are not talking behind your back and you love by the whole world and all this type of stuff, bro, it's a high chance that you're doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you love by the world, it's a very, very high chance you could be doing something wrong. I'm not saying all the time, right? Because when you are godly chosen ones, you have followers too. But like I said, man, if it's too many, it could be. I'm not saying all the time, but it could be that you're doing something wrong. If everybody like you, that's weird. You're trying to please man. You're trying to please woman. You're trying to please the world. You're not trying to please God. If the world love you, that's you gotta look out. You gotta look out with that. You gotta watch out with that. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good question, man. Like I said, as godly chosen ones, we know a lot of worldly chosen ones. A lot, and plus too, just think about this, guys. In this world, the worldly chosen ones, they don't get all the clout. They don't get all the fame, all the likes, right? They don't get praised the most because they're following Satan, right? And you can make a deal with Satan through your signature, right? You can make a deal with the top, all right, guys, to stay at the top. So it's like, us godly chosen ones, the whole world, we're not loved by the world. You know what I'm saying? We're not loved by the whole world. Us godly chosen ones. It ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna gain the whole world and lose our soul. Like the worldly chosen, they'll gain the whole world and lose their soul. To Satan. But we're not gonna do that as godly chosen ones, right? You know what I'm saying? That is how it is when you are godly. You know what I'm saying? So all the people that's getting all the fame, all the people that's trending like crazy down these algorithms, they sold their soul through their signature, right? You just don't know that they did it. They did to get on the A-list. Man, these people, they done sold out. My bad, y'all. Some of my hoes, but yeah, they done sold out. A little hair. Anyway, they done sold out for to the devil. So man, us godly chosen, we're not loved by the world. You know what I'm saying? Because we choosing to keep God's commandments. We're not do things outside our morals. You know what I'm saying? Just for popularity, just for clicks, just to gain the whole world. Do you think everyone's sold out on different levels? Do I think everyone's sold out on different levels? Not everyone's sold out on different levels. I don't think everyone's sold out on different levels. But celebrities, like the ones that, like Hollywood, yeah, they sold out. Some of them are selling out on different levels. Yeah, I agree with that. But when you're chosen by God, you give yourself to God. You're not actually being a sellout, right? You're not a sellout when you give yourself to God. You know, God paid it all. You know what I'm saying? Because most people work a job they don't like. Yeah, a lot of people work a job that they don't like, which is true. You know, but I'm talking about people that actually like. I'm talking about like these celebrities. These celebrities out here, they're actually selling out to Satan. Like they showing you that they down with Satan. Just because you're working a job that you don't like, it's selling out, but it's not selling out to actually like you're not selling out to actually Satan. You know what I'm saying? Some of these celebrities they don't sell out to Satan. Yeah, but you're doing something that you don't like, so you're doing something against your morals. I mean, your morals, but it's not like you're doing something like these celebrities, like they're doing rituals and all this, they're doing like stuff that's like they like, really living in a world full of they're full of sin, right? They're practicing sin. You know what I'm saying? They love it. You know what I'm saying? Just because you work in a regular job, that doesn't mean that you love sin. Kid, what's up, man? Hi, Cole. What do you think about what I asked? What did you ask, kid? I didn't even see what you asked. I don't even see you in the I don't even see you in the this is my first time seeing you in the comments. What you asked. You only maybe you asked something that was like inappropriate. If you ask something inappropriate, it's not gonna show up. Kid, rewrite that, bro. I'm right here with you. I'm waiting on the question. I don't even see the question that you had asked. Hope kid still in the still in the chat. I'm trying to wait on kid so he can ask me his question so I can answer it. Cause I don't see what type of question. What is the question, kid? Yeah, I don't even see the question. Kid, are you typing? Are you still there? He might have left the chat. I don't even know. I said this is his first time coming. What's up, Jay? Man, y'all support the channel, man. Hit the super chat, man. Like I said, man, I got people that watch me. I got people that support me. I'm still here. Okay, kid, ask the question. What was the question? Type the question. Type the question for me. I don't know what the question is. I'm waiting on you to type the question so I can answer it.